Good morning, friends. It is Tuesday, July the 15th, and it is 6:36. Just got done walking Dexter. Like I said before, try to do it before the sun comes up because today it's going to be brutal, as in muggy. I haven't had my breakfast yet. I'm going to wait. It's still a little too early. The last time I was on camera taping, I had mentioned that I'm going to have to create my own little football players. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made 6 of them. Took me all day yesterday because of my attention deficit. I get so distracted. Yes, it's an endless cycle of distraction, which I'm very, very prone to. I made the 6 football players and they're so cute. And I first started putting color in them, red, white, and blue. But then I thought a couple hours later, I'm like, no, Bev, make them pink and gray to match the colors, the aesthetic of the whole guide. So, things like that take a while for my brain to put things together. But let me show you my guys. First of all, let me show you the ones that ChatGPT made for me that I wasn't happy about because I wanted to make some changes to them. And so the ones in the green are the ones ChatGPT made for me. And they're so simple enough that I thought, I'm going to use them as reference and make my own. On the right, these are the ones I drew from scratch, and I will zoom into them. Aren't they adorable? I didn't mean to move you. There we go. So, okay. I've zoomed in. And there they are. See how simple they are? Linebacker, wide receiver, running back, quarterback, kicker, offensive lineman, defensive lineman. These guys, when you see really big, gigantic guys, it's these guys in the front. They will clash. That's just the cover page. That took me all day yesterday. And then this morning I added the little speech bubbles with the labels of what each guy is, what position they play. Now, mind you, I don't have everybody on here. This is just for the cover page. Now we're going to go on to the next page and see what I need to do. We're going to break it down. First things first, 2 sides, 2 jobs. Okay, let's get started and let's continue. Taking a little break, but we are now working on the cover for chapter 4. Let me show it to you. This gives me an idea of what to do. I'm not going to use this example that ChatGPT gave me. Of course, I'm going to change the color, but I like what it did. I like the idea it gave. So let's go ahead and start designing. Before I design it, I'm going to copy the format of the chapter, image, and the frame. Hi friends, it's a couple hours later and then it's getting hot. I am now getting started with chapter 5, and again I asked ChatGPT to create a front cover for me, and it did. And once again I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and create some new football players. Let me show you. They just scored a touchdown, so they're all like dancing. And if you watch American football, you've seen plenty of the football players celebrate somehow, some way in the end zone after they scored a touchdown. So chapter 5 will consist of how points are made and scoring. I'm going to make my own illustrations of these 3 football players, and I gotta go to my Procreate now. So let me show you. Here's my gallery of the football players I made yesterday. So I have a feeling that making these 3 will keep me busy the rest of the workday. Let's go ahead and get started. You still love me? Yes, you do. I miss you. I miss the way life was with you. You're doing good, though. Look at you. Yes, I love you, too. Friends, this was Mort. He was my husband and my cat. In our last house here, or in Lynchburg, before we moved to Michigan. About 2 years before we moved out and moved to Michigan. This cat came through the cat door, rubbed up against my husband's legs because that's where the laundry room was, and he just thought it was our one cat that we had, and looked down and saw the strange cat just rubbing up against him and loving on him. And my cat, my late husband is what's the term? He gets weak with stray animals. There's many times he's brought home stray animals. So, of course, this one captured his heart immediately. I was in the bedroom. I don't know if I was getting ready for bed. I just remember being in bed. I'm not sure why. Maybe I was reading. But he comes in with a cat laying across his arms. And I'm like, oh my gosh. He looks like one of our old cats. And at first we thought it was because when we moved into that same house, the first cat had gone out like he usually does. We let our cats out, but this one, because of the new move, he went too far, and I guess he got lost and never came home. It was so sad. And then God brought us this one that is the spitting image of Earl. That was his name. The first cat was Earl. He looks just like Earl. So we thought it was Earl at first, but maybe it was Earl's angel coming to us. I don't know. God blessing us with another Earl. And when Grandpa passed away, we were back in Virginia, and my son and his wife were kind enough to take Mort, because I don't know what I was going to be doing. I was moving out of that house. So many decisions that had to be made almost last minute. So my son took the cat, and I kept Dexter. And so, you know, as time went by, as days went by after my husband passed away, and as weeks passed by, the house sold. I had to move out sooner than expected, but that's okay. So my son said, come stay with me until you get your apartment ready. So I don't know if y'all remember, back in late 2020, I stayed with my son here at this house for about 5 months, from September through early March. And so I got to see Mort every day. Mort was getting acclimated to this new house. And so now he's here. He's looking good. Always a big cat. He was always a big cat. He's our angel cat. And every time I see him, I think of Grandpa. So, but I'm glad he's living the life that my son and his wife have given him a good home. They love him. They spoil him. I don't know how many beds my son has bought him. His name is Morty. We named him Mortimer. Morty for short. And that's the story of Mort. Want to come outside with me? Are you ready to go outside? Come on. Come on. Okay, you gonna stay inside? Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna make you. I'm going to sit outside until I start getting chewed up by mosquitoes. Hopefully I won't. I haven't vlogged at all, just because I've forgotten. I'm going to do a little bit of doodling. I'm going to make another emoticon. That's what they're called, emoticons, of my corgi to put in my vlogs. But I did make progress on my football guide. After I'm done here, I'm going to go back in and work on it some more. Oh, one thing I wanted to tell you about the guide was that I told my son asked me, so what have you been up to? What's going on? And so I said, well, I'm doing a football guide, a 101, football 101 for women, fundamentals guide. He goes, you are? And he's like, oh, okay. And so I pulled it out and showed it to him. And I said, here it is. And you could tell he was like, oh, let's see what mom is up to now. And he didn't say anything. You could tell he just had that look on his face. So when he first saw it, he didn't say anything and started scrolling through it. And he's like, this is nice. And I looked at him like, oh, thank you. He goes, I really like it. And he said that twice. I really like it. And for him to say that, I remember when he got to one page, a chapter cover page, he was like, oh, wow, that's cool. And I'm like, for him to say all those comments, to make all those nice comments was like, okay, I think I'm on the right path then. Because, I'm having imposter syndrome because, like, for this morning, yesterday, late yesterday, and this morning, I scroll on TikTok, and what do I find? I found 3 different women who I didn't search for, but my phone knows, Big Brother knows that I'm doing a Football 101 for Women guide. 3 women showed up on TikTok who are doing a football series for women who don't understand football. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, oh, golly. In a way, this is cool, but in another way, I'm thinking, well, maybe they describe it better. Well, maybe they're saying it better than I am. And so I got to think, I started having doubts in my head. But then I thought, no. I'm doing it my version. I'm doing it in my style. And no one has my style, right? Um, so so that's what you need to look at, and saying your style is different and it's okay, no matter what everybody else says. So, but it was interesting to listen to these girls because, they give their input and style of how they describe what this position does or what that position does. So I did listen to. I don't want people to think that I'm stealing ideas from others. I'm not. I know my football. I know when these girls talk, I know exactly what they're going to say next because I know the game. I'm familiar with the game. I should be encouraged. And in some ways, I guess I am, because football is starting to resurface, in little bits and pieces, in social media, on TV, in discussions about fantasy football that my son has the whole family involved in this year. So it's the middle of July. So yeah, teams are going to start reporting to their headquarters to start the summer training camp. And before you know it, they've only got, 6 weeks left before the first game. So they've got a lot of training to do between now and September, the beginning of September. So, but right now, I am going to be doing some little doodling, enjoying the outdoors before it gets too miserably hot. So, okay, friends, we'll see you in the next one. So this is one of the snacks I bought. It's been well worth it. I don't feel guilty eating it, even if it has ranch dressing. I'm enjoying it. Hi, friends. It is Wednesday, July the 23rd, and I have not been on camera since I left my son's house from house sitting last weekend. So I have boots on the ground since then, trying to finalize my Football 101 for Women Fundamentals guide. It has taken up every minute of my life. If I'm not walking the dog, cooking dinner, cleaning up, sleeping. So I am getting ready to print out the first rough draft. I'm going to go through it, make all the changes and corrections. Lots of corrections, I'm sure. But I'm going to just print it in black and white on my laser printer. So here it is, hot off the press, 39 pages. What I'm going to do, like a teacher back in my days, I've got my red pencil, and I'm going to go through it and make all any necessary changes, correct some of the mistakes, do it in red so I can see it better, and then go back to the drawing board. This is going to probably take me today to do. I've got a side job to do. I've been asked to do some stickers for a friend. I will pause working on this to work on those stickers. Whew. It's been day in, day out, football, 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 football. And I don't dare want to say that I'm already tired of football, because I'm not. It hasn't even started. It's been a lot of work, a lot of typing, graphics to make. I did use Canva elements, but I also made my own because for those of you who don't know, I'm an artist. I draw. For instance, this is all Canva elements. Here we go. So I drew all these men. I showed that to you previously. All the players. I drew these players. People at a game. I drew all those in Procreate. So all those are my own. The people, not the elements like the boombox, the iced coffee, the football, red cup, and then I drew her as well. She's at the very end. So I made a cover page for each chapter that included graphics. I don't know if I'm going to show you all that I'm doing because it's very boring. I'm just reading and marking on the guide. That's what I'm doing. I'll just show you a little bit, but I'll probably turn off the rest because it's going to take a while. So I found the typo, and then down here this graphic is too small, you can't read the writing, so I put larger and can't read, so I'll either replace it or make it larger. Good morning, friends. It is Thursday, July the 24th. This is what I've been working on. I have been working on my Football 101 for Women Fundamentals Guide. That's the name of it. And I printed it out. I'm done typing it. I'm done adding all the graphics, all the illustrations, everything. And it made it up to 8 chapters or 9 chapters. Because the last chapter I just called it a final chapter. So yes, 9 chapters. Whoo! I'm still contemplating whether it's going to be front and back. So hopefully I can have it done really soon, maybe by the end of July. I don't know. We'll see. I don't have any plans on house sitting. I do have a cat sitting job next week, but it's not cat sitting. It's just going to someone's house as they're away, and I'll be checking on the cats every other day, feeding them, cleaning their litter box and all that stuff. But other than that, I do have a sticker job that I'm doing today for a customer, and but that'll be done today, and then go back and continuing to finish working on the Football 101 for Women Fundamentals Guide.